So yeah, hopefully this week I'll hear from the apartment. So everything's will still be on course for September 1st. I mean, if they're having issues themselves and they've got to push it back to October 1st, just tell me that as soon as you know. Um, just so I know in terms of my planning, because at that point I would probably book more campgrounds at this point after talking to Brian this morning, because we are street homeless. So if we don't have to have that money at the ready, unless I decide to start chipping away at my trip, which might be wise. So I'll think about it. Campgrounds close on October 13th. The last night's October 12th, apparently. So just knowing that, so we know what we're doing. And right, we need to know sort of ahead of a time when we're supposed to present to you money to move in. So, and of course, it's stressful. The more time that goes on, I begin to get concerned that I'm going to be hit with. There was some sort of an error somehow about telling us we were moving into this apartment. I really hope it's not that. So hopefully people are just busy, because next week was last week and now it's Sunday. So um, I already knew through their updater about August 31st. I already knew that. Okay, so I wasn't planning for August 1st since I was just told the 25th of July about it. So that would have been a lot at once. So I wasn't even upset about that. So if it's something like they're having an issue with their inspections and then it's October 1st, I don't have a voucher, so that's not going to affect me. But it does affect other people. I told people about this before. People have lost their Section 8s because of these inspection things. So when you hear that, it becomes a little bit concerning. I'm not saying they're doing it. Um, it's I'm not sure if it's the state does it, and then the landlord just finally goes, "I'm not dealing with this anymore. This is crap. They just don't want you to have an apartment," or the voucher runs out because they're waiting for an inspection. Okay, so either stop your inspections or hire more inspectors, whatever it is you're demanding to have, which is not more vouchers. I explained that. Okay. You absolutely have to house me. Okay, so hopefully I'm sticking to a stoppage. Like finally, after all that time, hopefully they finally put their foot down and they just don't want to hear anybody's sob story. It just absolutely can't happen because we've been dealing with this since 2011. Okay, when you presented me with absolutely insane charges, it caused me to lose my children. They went to the father, thank God, because otherwise I'd be the Georgia couple and you would have just taken my children in order to get me out of my house. They couldn't pay their electric bill. Okay, so there has to be a point where you put your foot down and you go, we cannot do it. All you have to do is provide to this woman housing, and then we will issue your vouchers again. And you need to house these other homeless people. Okay, like, so when you have an issue about vouchers, you need to find out why that's going on. I can only suggest a sane reason that would be going on, and I just explained it. Right, no more. The woman I told you that was 9 years old when I came up here, the same age as my youngest two children, was given an apartment. She does not go to school. She does not work. She was 19 years old and she was given an apartment and pays nothing. Okay, that shouldn't make sense. So enough is enough.